good, YouTube? It's your boy HP, No Problem 97. This video I wanted to get into a few tips, not really tricks, just basic information and knowledge on EQing your samples, especially when you want to get that bass. You don't feel like playing out the bass in your chops, so you'll just bring out the bass when you sample it into your machine or whatever you use. So what you're gonna need is, of course, a turntable if you doing going off records. Excuse me. If you're going off records, and then if you have a turntable, more than likely you're gonna need a preamp, or in my case I use a mixer, a DJ mixer. Let me pan over here. DJ mixer right here. I got this cheap. Turn this down a little bit. Cheap off of eBay. It's like $20 actually. Gemini Platinum Series 626 mixer, 3 channels with it has the highs, the mids, and the bass, low pass. That's all I need. I don't need effects or anything in the mixer. But yeah, so that's basically what you're going to need if you want to do what I'm going to talk about in this video. So there we go. Alright, I'm going to sample a drum break just to give you an idea. Now I sample my drums piece by piece. Like I'll sample a kick off one record. This is a drum break record right here. It's just strictly drum breaks, nothing else on there. So I'll sample a kick from one drum break, a snare from another one. So, and I EQ it differently. So I'm gonna start off with a kick. And then when you're sampling drums, if you're sampling kicks, I usually like to turn the bass real high. It's called the bass cut. You don't want the bass to cut. You want to turn it to your right to get that fullness and that real heavy bass out of your kick. And in doing that, I also turn my mid down a little bit, and I turn my highs down real low, so I can just get a lot of that bass and get that real heavy kick. So let me do that. A lot of people they speed up their drums when they sample it, and then tune it down when they get it into their machine. Myself, I like to turn it real slow, make it real slow. So I turn the pitch wheel right here. If you have a turntable, you're gonna have a little pitch shifter thing, pitch adjust. So I turn it all the way to -10 when I sample my drums. It just gives it a heavier feel. It gives the drums a heavier feel. And that's what I'm really going for. Let's use the camera. Alright. Alright, so I sampled it. See, it's real heavy. Just go ahead and edit it. turn it to a one shot. And then once you sample it in the machine and chop it up the way you want, I usually go to the filter where it says filter mode. Well, I usually start with I always put my drums on the SP1200 or the MPC effect they have. So I'll put the kick on SP1200 low. Gives it a more dirtier sound, even though I got it off of vinyl. And then I just continue with the arrow until I get to filter mode, and I turn it to my kicks. I'm gonna deal with the low pass, the LP2. See how heavy that makes it? Without it, it sounds like this. Now with the LP2 on there, heavier. Alright, so I do my kicks like that. Snare, when I sample my snare, go back to sample, choose a pad. So snare, I wanted some highs and I wanted to have a snap effect, you know. So I'm gonna take some of the low out and increase the highs on my mixer before I sample it. All right. You know, you also might want to mess with the mid. I turned it to the left. It was in the middle, which I guess is 0. I'm not sure. It was in the middle. I turned it to the left just a little bit. And you could just experiment, see how it sounds before you sample it into your machine, and see how punchy the drum gets as you mess with the levels, you know. So with the snare, I'm gonna have it on high, because you want some of that high end into your snare to get that snap. If you want your snare heavy, you might want to put a little low end in it, little bass. So I turn the bass up, you know, a little bit to your right, to get that heaviness to the snare. All right, so let's sample it. All right, edit that. So I do my snare. Chop that up real quick. Put the polyphony on 1. Turn it to a 1 shot. Chop it a little bit more. With some of that air on it. So without the filter, it sounds like this. So I'm gonna put the I'm gonna put the MPC 60 filter on it. All right. and that makes it louder. This is without it. Makes it louder basically. Then you go to the filter mode, and I put the LP2 on it. With the LP2, you know, it kind of distorts it, makes it lower. I'm gonna put the HP2, which is high pass. See, and you just mess with the frequency, and the bandwidth, and the gain, just to, you know, until you get it the way you want it. I don't like that air on it, but you get the idea. Alright, this is a little quick tip on when you sample your drums. You know, just play around with it, pause, and you know, play around with the bass, the mids, and the high end frequencies, just to boost your drums and get them a little heavier, you know, sounding. All right, let's get into the beat. Let me know what you think of the beat. I just made that. It's got one of my favorite records. I'm not gonna say which one, but it's a nice little jazzy, you know, old school 90s era type beat. That's the type of stuff I make, you know. I love to hear an MC spit on this track right here. If you're interested in the track, just let me know, and I can upload it onto my SoundCloud page. That's SoundCloud.com/Hillprop97, HILLPROP97. Most of the beats, well, all the beats I have on there right now are straight from the MPC XL I have right over here. I grew up, well, not grew up, but my early beat making and has been done mostly on the XL, a little bit on the 2000, and I had the 3000 for a little bit, the 4000, had the 1000, but I always came back. I even had the MV 8000, but I always came back to the XL right here, and you know, I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna sell it, because you know, when you have a machine like that, sometimes you feel like making beats on it. You know what I mean? It's good to have when you get in that mode. Sometimes you want to go in the software, which is what I'm really trying to you know, delve into right now. But every once in a while, I get that urge. I see videos, real dope videos you guys make on your on YouTube, and you're on the XL, and that's, you know, that inspires me to get back on it. But I'm trying to stick with the Maschine and learn it the way I know my XL. It's the drums right there. These are the chops. Alright, y'all. Let me know what you think of the beat, and if the tips were helpful. You know, a lot of the beginners might not know, you know, the tricks and when you sample stuff into your machine. So let me know if it's helpful. Let me know what else you want to see me do with the machine, or if you have any questions on the techniques that I use. Just, you know, message me or comment. Leave your comments. Subscribe if you like the music, and I appreciate it if you rate the video too. All right, peace, y'all.